Okay, so here is your project. I'm going to go over the project proposal. Most of us should know how to do this, but you'll click on project proposal 1. Okay, this is due by Sunday night at midnight, basically 11:59, so I can have them printed off and ready for you guys when you come to class on Monday. Okay, so you'll click on here. You'll click on the actual project. It should come up. You shouldn't have to make a copy of it. You can just change the name if you want to, because I think I forced copied it. I think I did. I hope I did. So, all right. And so you're going to fill this out. You'll put your name, project name, if you don't know what you're going to call it, but you could say watercolor project, or like if it's going to be a watercolor horse, just call it watercolor horse. It doesn't have to be the exact title of what it's going to be. It's just enough so we know what we're talking about. Okay. And then what's your idea for this project? You're going to explain to me what the subject is, so what it's of, what the medium is you're doing to it, and kind of in general what you want it to look like. Okay, it does not have to be specifics, doesn't have to be complete sentences. It's just, I need to understand what in the world we're talking about. Okay, that's it. All right, the second one, describe what makes this a good project for a show. So those of you that have been in my class, what makes something a good project for a show?
Your own idea.
Your own idea. Yep, it feels the composition of the page makes sense.
The colors go together.
Yeah, it looks good. It's eye-catching. It gets their attention. It's unique. It's not another cat. And if it is another cat, because we see 500 of them, it's a cat done in a really unique way. Right? Do you see what I'm saying? It's got to have uniqueness, creativity, and it cannot just be a copy of someone else's artwork. Can you use someone else's artwork as reference?
Yes.
Yes, but you cannot just copy it. Okay.
The judges can see that you put like time and effort into it.
Time and effort, exactly. Okay, I think we're getting the idea. So those are the kind of things you would use to answer that question. Does that make sense? Okay, then the third one, describe in detail, or the third one, how are you going to make this project more than just a copy? So let's say on the one you said, I found this great picture. I think it's going to be really unique. People haven't seen it. And if it's a picture you're really working on, you have to tell me, how are you going to change this significantly so you're not just copying it? And you might say, I'm going to use the idea, but I'm totally changing the color scheme. And theirs was a barn, and I'm going to do an old bridge. You see what I'm saying? That you're just going to tell me how you're doing it differently. Okay? And if your project is completely original, you go, well, dumb, it's this tool, it's completely original. Obviously, I'm not having to change anything. Okay? You can say that. That's fine, because it does. It makes sense. Okay, then you're going to attach your photos as files. Okay, this is the part we get confused. So you're done. After you do those 3 questions, you're done. That fourth part is just a reminder, hey, you need to attach reference photos and you need to do a sketchbook. Okay, so you're going to attach your reference photos as files. So like if you find different photos, you download them or they're on your phone, you're just going to say attach item, like add file on the bottom of the Google Submit thing. Okay, so you'll have this document. You'll have however many photos you have attached. So you'll have at least 2 different things that you're turning in. And then your sketch, you'll turn in. You don't have to take a photo of it. You can just show it to me on Monday. That's fine. Okay. Or you can put it in the tab on Monday and I'll look at it. But it doesn't have to, the sketch for this proposal does not have to be perfect and as good as what like your weekly sketchbook should be on Wednesday. Just has to be enough so I get a feel like, how is this composed on the page? What is this? How is this fitting the page? What does it look like? Okay, that's what I'm looking for. But then if you want to take that one that you've already done some work on and color it and make it pretty for your Wednesday turn in, you can turn around and do that. So you don't have to do work over again if you want to do that. Okay, everybody clued up? Does that make sense? Brianne, you're the newest one. Does that make sense to you? This part? Okay, so that's that part. So then we're going to go back to our instructions to our classroom here. And we're going, oop, wrong thing. And we're going to go look at our course syllabus. Okay?
Did you put your timer on today? Your alarm?
No, but we don't have we don't need to clean up for 5 minutes. So when it goes, you're just going to and out. Okay? All right. So see if I can get that to open. Okay. So everybody has access to this. It'll always be up. That's why I put it as a material and not an assignment. So it'll always be up there. You can go look at it. So same thing as always. You're doing project proposals. Okay. You'll do projects with which 250 points. You have 5 each semester. Okay, I've got them all timed out, all the dates and everything are on there. Again, one of them has to be a self-portrait. Okay, I don't care if it's first semester or second semester, but one of them has to be a self-portrait. Okay, that's the only stipulation I put on anything you do. Other than that, you can do any medium, any subject, whatever you want. One has to be a self-portrait. Everybody clues? Okay, weekly sketchbook assignments are worth 30 points. They're due on Wednesdays. They're due by 3:30 on Wednesday. Okay, if you don't turn them in class, they can be turned in that day, but they have to be turned in by 3:30 because I'm going to grade them that night or the night before. All right. Okay, same thing applies. If you are late, you'll fill this out. Show it to me. I'm done, Mrs. Toole. It's Friday now. I write Melanie's name on here and I sign it, and I put the date that she turned it in, and then we put this in your book, and then you can take your book back, so you can go ahead and get it next Wednesday. And I'm not going to grade it till the next week when I grade the sketchbooks. That's the same as it's always been. Just a reminder, right? Okay. If you're desperate and you need a grade really bad, so you can get off the down list, I will do it for you one time. And I'll just keep track of my grade.
We have one hall pass.
So you have one freebie, okay? Save it for when you're desperate, not just because you want me to grade it. Save it for I've got to get off that list, okay? Does that make sense? Okay, questions? Are you good on that? Okay, your sketchbook can be whatever you want. It just needs to look like you spent 45 minutes to an hour on it. That's it. Otherwise, anything you want. Now, at the end of the year, you're going to have a final. I grade a big, huge grade then. And then I'm going to start grading on, is it original? Is it things that we looked at and we went, oh, we can turn that into a project, not just I copied Disney characters off of whatever. Does that make sense? So that stuff doesn't really matter weekly, but it matters for your final. Did I use a lot of different mediums? Does that make sense? Okay. Did I get pattern and texture and color and line, which are all the different elements of art? Did I use those throughout my entire book? That's when that matters. Weekly, it doesn't matter. Your final, it does matter, but it would behoove you, how's that for a big word? Which means it would be smart for you to think about that ahead of time so you don't have to go back and fix them all. Right? But all I'm really doing is, did you get it on time? And does it look like you spent 45 minutes to an hour on it? That's really all your grade is for each week. Okay? Everybody good with that?
Is our final project the ceiling tile?
Can be, yes. So I will do 2 photo challenges each semester. We'll talk about those when you get there, but those will also be 2 weeks. You don't have to do a sketchbook. So they go with each other. So you get the sketchbook off and you do photo challenges. I know, we're going to try so hard to help people remember, okay? And what else is on there? And then your final project as a senior can be the ceiling tile. It costs $15.
15 or 15?
15, 1 5. No. Okay, that's basically it. All your deadlines are on there. You have a reference photo due Sunday night at midnight. Not a reference photo, a project proposal. Okay? If you have questions, email me. Text me. I will answer questions over lunch and after school, just like everybody else. Okay? Don't forget your phones.